5, 6, 7, 8. It's a mess. Oh, it's a mess.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast. It's a mess, sis. So, what exactly is a mess? A mess is a situation or a state of affairs that is confused or full of difficulties.
The mess is when things don't go the way you plan. It is when you have to go off script, improvise, ad-lib, sit through the awkwardness, and breathe through the pain until you come out on the other side, because you will come out on the other side. It is everything that makes life interesting and transformative. It is what we are here to do. It is how we learn how to be.
So join us as we dive into this week's mess.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's a Mess, Sis, my favorite podcast. I'm Jess, working through the mess, and I'm so glad you came back to hang out with us again.
Hey everyone, I'm Rena, I'm your other host, and I literally didn't write anything else in this introduction. I'm just here. I'm excited. I'm excited for this topic, and yes.
Period. And speaking of topic, you guys are joining us for episode 54. I'm only human, but I'll be your superwoman. Y'all know the Lil Mo song. So what superpower are you bringing into 2022? All right. So I'm really excited to dig this down. It's a fun little topic, but also y'all know how we do. We add some other serious, more spiritual things around it. And so we'll dive into that in just a minute. But before we do, I'm going to ask Rena, what's your mess? What's the mess, girl?
Okay. So my mess, I'm going to start off with some real mess.
Okay.
My mess is that I was looking a mess last week.
Oh no.
And like my sides.
Of your hair?
Yeah, the sides of my hair. So once again, my barber has gone missing.
Oh, no.
And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the plight of the phantom black barber, where you'll find a barber and things will be good. And like for 6 months, and then all of a sudden this nigga just disappeared.
Oh, no.
Like I double texted this nigga. I was like, hey, you in the shop? No answer. Crickets.
Oh, no.
I'm like, okay.
Oh, no.
I'm like, maybe they're just closed, you know? I'm like,
right.
Hey, Miss Baby Moms, they have a whatever.
I'm weak.
Then,
okay.
Like 2 dadays later, like my hair is just growing in. It's visible at this point. I'm like, oh Lord Jesus. I was like, hey man, you in the shop today? No answer. I was like, you know what? Maybe he's just busy.
Right.
I drove past the shop.
Not you driving by like a X or something. I'm weak.
I did. I stalked this nigga.
No, and the shop didn't have no what?
No lights on. Because I was about to cheat on him. I was about to just go to another dude that's in there.
Yeah.
And you know how you be watching somebody else's work? It's like, yeah, that fade.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Like if my barber is off one day, I may come in here. So that's what I was gonna do. I'm like, man, fuck this nigga. I'm about to go, sit in one of these other chairs.
Right.
Nobody was in there.
Oh God.
So I was like, all right, I was going out of town, and I was like, I cannot go looking the way I was looking.
Right.
So I just Googled. I was desperate. I Googled. I said, barbers near me, near my job.
Not the supercuts.
No. I went to this barber shop, and it was kind of in the cut. And I got out of my car, and I felt something.
What'd you feel?
Lingering in the street, and they was kind of looking at me like, "Where you going?" But I was like, "Let me just lock my door." And then I walked in there, and there was an older gentleman in there, and there was nobody else in there. And I was like, "Lord," it's like walking into a strip club at 3 p.m. You know?
Yeah, nobody there. You're like, what?
But so I was like, okay, so he's older, like he was like a cross between Lawrence Fishburne and Morgan Freeman. So I was like, okay,
wow.
I'm like, he looked like he got some years, and then he had Tiny Desk playing.
Okay, so he kind of hip.
Right. I was like, okay, cool. He took the little twist brush. He had silver hair twist brush. It was coiled up or whatever.
Yeah.
So I sat down, and it wasn't going well at first.
Oh no. Oh no.
Then about like 3 concerts later, and I don't know how long those Tiny Desk concerts go on. I know I saw Janine Aiko, I saw her, I saw Hallie and Chloe, I saw a lot of motherfuckers, and he handed me that mirror.
Oh no.
I said, he said, what do you think? Part of me had to hold back a laugh because I was like, this nigga gotta be joking.
Right.
The back of my shit looked like, have you seen Kanye West's new haircut?
No.
Okay.
It was bad.
Yes. But Kanye's was intentional. And his was just,
You're speechless.
Had no words. I was like, bruh. I was like, he's like, because normally when they give you the mirror, they're done and they're really not expecting feedback. And I'm not a very talkative person either. Like if it looks good, I said, bruh, it looked real light over here. It looked real dark over here. I'm like, it's like a patch over here. And I'm like, this is missing over here.
Right.
He was like, all right. He's like, yeah, I see it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then part of me was like, you should have left then. You should have said it. You should have left then. But I stayed and I gave him the opportunity to fix it.
Oh, Jesus.
But as he was hitting my hairline, I was like, yo, you going up, you going real up. She's like, I ain't blended it yet. I'm like, why you blending my hairline? So I was like, the next time he stops and think he's done, I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
And so I did. He stopped. And I was like, I hope I have enough hair left. He stopped and he handed me the mirror. He's like, is it good? I was like, it's done.
Oh,
it's done.
No.
It's done. And I was like, don't worry about it. It's cool. That's cool. He's like, well, I hope to see you again. I was like, Leonard, you will never see me again.
You will never see me again.
Look, I had to come back and give myself an even all over. Like,
oh my God.
He had combed my hair in certain directions and cut it like in certain directions. And like my hair was just not, it was just, I have no words to explain.
Oh my God.
Look,
that's
Google
so horrible.
Kanye West new haircut. Just Google the shit, and that's what the back of my head looked like.
That's why nobody was in there, Rena. Oh no. That's horrible. I mean, honestly, being somebody who has had to get haircuts, that shit is traumatic. The very first time I cut all my hair off, my brothers was just clowning me about this. The dude cut me a moon. Like there was no hairline. Just one circle, one crescent moon on the top of my head. And I'm like, I'm stunned. The nigga has no words. Yes, I feel your pain. That shit is sad. At least you had, like, you could go and, like, fix it yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. Like, I can't be desperate.
Yeah.
I was desperate. I didn't
read the reviews.
I read the reviews. The shop.
Yeah, okay.
You know, never go into a shop where there's just one person alone.
Yeah. Because and no clients. Because I ain't never seen an empty barbershop. Never. It's always niggas waiting.
That nigga, this is how I should have known it was fucked up. This nigga was eating a McDonald's breakfast sandwich at 1 p.m.
Well, there's nothing wrong with breakfast a little later. That's brunch, Rena.
He was in the bitch by himself eating a McDonald's breakfast sandwich. Oh, nobody was in there.
Damn,
nobody.
Those people in the street was like, "Oh my God, she about to go in there and get her hair done." They could have warned you. They
was like, "Look, she'll find out."
Damn, and you did.
And I did.
So what's up with the other shop? Are they out of business?
I don't know. Like I have this thing where my barbers, they always disappear. Then they pop back up like a few months later, and they make it seem like I went missing. And I'm like,
that's gaslighting.
I rolled past. The lights were off. Like
it was a surprise party.
Instagram. Like I went on his Instagram. Literally, he has
Instagram pages. He still has a response.
And I was like, when was the last time he posted? Like I was literally investigated. I hope he's all right.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Same.
You know, I'm like, because he just had a baby and everything, and I'm like, I hope he's not in jail. Because these barbers, these barbers.
You're gonna find you a good one. I'm gonna put that out into the universe for you. Somebody consistent who doesn't ghost you, who doesn't gaslight you, who does a tight trim, a good, just a good cut.
Who doesn't scalp me, who ain't eating McDonald's breakfast sandwiches at 1 p.m.
Who doesn't think he did a good job when clearly he hasn't.
Like when I tell you I had dark patches.
Oh no.
Dark patches.
I really am
how the fuck, like I can understand you cut and I have a bald patch, but how do I have a dark patch? How did you manage to leave a patch of hair longer than all the others? Like, shit just...
Poor thing. The good thing about it is it's hair. It'll grow back out. And once you do that, you find you somebody that's good. You have time to do your little research now. And yeah. So is that was the mess?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm
Yeah, that was a mess. That was a
mess.
whole mess.
But I survived.
You did. You went on your trip with your haircut.
And I was asked, what's going on with the back of your head?
Oh, wait. Oh, no. Not them noticing. God.
I was like, I tried to tell you. I was like, at that point, you just got to let them know in advance.
So they can
I got a fucked up haircut. I was like, I got scalped by a nigga named Leonard eating a McDonald's breakfast sandwich at 1 p.m. He's the only nigga in the barbershop.
Wow. Wow. Was it better than not getting the haircut? No. Oh.
No. I should have kept my hair.
Yeah. Wow. That's something. Damn.
I promise y'all, my life ain't that bad.
That's funny though. That's funny as fuck. No, getting a haircut and not being great is really traumatic. That should be traumatic as fuck, because it's like you can't really. What else can you say if they not getting it? If they don't see that what they've done is fucked up, or if they pushed your hairline back, like why are you pushing? There's nothing you can do. You can't reattach my hair. So now I'm just stuck waiting for this shit to grow out. Yeah, that's a messy mess.
I felt like I was held hostage. I felt like,
but you chose it.
Leave.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't leave, but then I don't want him to fix it because I don't know if he can fix it. It was just a real emotional experience because I wasn't expecting him to do me like that. Like sometimes you get more vibes. Yeah. And he started off so nice, and then he just murdered me. Like he just assaulted my hair. Like it was just
maybe
vile.
He had a stroke. Say he was older, so maybe he just had a stroke in the middle. Like, is that good? No, Grandpa, that's not good.
And then I felt bad because I was like, I probably should have just told him it wasn't good.
Yeah, you should have told Lawrence Freeman that it wasn't good. Lawrence, you didn't do a good job this time, baby.
I should have been like, this is fucked up, man.
Yeah. It's coming out your tip, baby.
But I was like, nah, he old, he elderly. I'm gonna take the lesson and leave.
Yeah.
And I wonder how many niggas done went and got this
all
lesson
of them.
from
That's why no one's there.
It just tells you, perfection is not required for
anything.
Profit.
Yeah.
Like he has probably he doesn't have any return customers, I'm sure. But he's made money off of these people because he's still cutting hair.
Yeah.
Or maybe then a part of me was like, do they know he's in here cutting hair?
Oh my God.
To be cutting hair? Because when do you check a barber license?
You don't.
Right. I'm like, what if this nigga just happened to just be, he's somebody's like demented uncle and he's just chilling in this bitch.
Hey, fuck your hair up. Damn, now I want to see. No, I'm just playing. You can show me after.
As much
okay.
as
I was like, you can show me later. Nah, that's funny.
Parts of these braids I did. Like, it's just a lot. It's a lot going on right now, hair-wise. But I'm going to push through.
That was a real mess this week.
It was.
Phew, woosah.
So if anybody, in the Baltimore area got a barber who ain't trying to charge an arm and a leg, who's reliable, don't go to jail,
You had a lot of stipulations. Wow.
I'm
just kidding. You're right. Yeah. Hit her up. Let her know. Help her out, y'all.
Help, please.
Help. Somebody.
What's your mess, Jess?
My mess is
probably
that
great.
No. I mean, well,
yes, it's always great.
It's not always great. But I joined Tinder.
Now that's a mess. Wait a minute.
I know. I joined Tinder. Yeah, because I've been kind of like sitting with myself. I don't remember. Somebody was talking to me. You said what?
Feeling a little tender.
Feeling a little. The thing is, I want to go on dates. I want to go out.
Is that what you use Tinder for? Dates?
That's what I'm using Tinder for. And if that is an alignment, if that's what's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. I mean, so I did it when I was in Georgia. So I went home and I was talking to somebody before I went home about it. And they was like, you should just sign up for Tinder. And I was like, I don't know what I want, blah, blah, blah. But then I started like mulling it over and I was like, what do you want? So as I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, I can just say what I want. If somebody's vibing with it, then cool. If they're not vibing with it, it's the same place that I'm at. So it's fine. So I signed up in Georgia and, I got a couple little matches and shit. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of cute. I have it set up for men and women. Okay. And so, of course, the men are like,
they flooded in.
Yeah, they flooded in.
I didn't see these photos you use. What photos you use?
There's one that I used first on Tinder. I'm actually gonna post it, I think, in the morning and say Tinder. So I first on my Instagram. It's like a really cute photo. It's like I'm holding the camera and it's just me, my arms, whatever. But then I have
whatever.
Okay. No, I was saying like just like it's like mid chest and up, with my arms out.
That's
smiling.
When they was flooding in.
No, they couldn't see any breasts. See, look at you. Then the second picture, yeah, probably. It was like the little, it's the one of the black, it's the black photo shoot thing that I did with the hair. That one of those pictures. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then a couple more that are on my Instagram. It's nothing, anything, crazy. It's just the stuff off my Instagram. And, so yeah, I did that. It was a couple girls. I've been talking to this one young lady. She's really cute. She texted me, she said, hi, you have a really beautiful smile. I was like,
oh, the gang.
Thanks. But these people are in Georgia. So, I started it and I wasn't even really thinking about the fact that these people are thinking I'm probably going to be where they are. So yeah, that's the mess. I'm back in LA now and I've been swiping still. Swipe, bitch.
Wait,
I got a couple matches here.
Tinder in Georgia and this shit in conversation and then
I know. Trifling.
To LA.
Trifling. That's what Tinder's for, to be trifling. And I
call it trifling.
They should. And so I've joined Trifling and been a part of that.
This is the app idea. We could really could
really do this.
Right. Just trifling on here.
So I have been matched with a couple of people here and I'm like, okay, what's up with dating? Like, let's go out. What are we going to do? Like, I'm not playing. I want to go on a date.
Said I want my free meal.
No, we can even go Dutch. I don't care. I just want to go out until, it would be nice to have like whatever, but I don't know these people and they don't know me. So it's like, we can just show up and go. I want to do like cute shit, like a picnic or something, or like, let's go paint on the beach or some shit. Like you bring your supplies, I bring mine, and we just go and like do some real cute shit. Like, cause I'm not here for random hookups, but I also don't want a relationship. And that's what I said. I said, I'm not here for a hookup or relationship, maybe something like in between. I'll show you my profile. It's real cute. So that's my, what? You trying to see what's in between that?
Yeah, that's literally what I said. What's in between a
situationship?
Oh, that's what you want. Okay.
I don't really want. No, I don't think it has to be messy if you use your words and you're articulate in what you want. And so I feel like that's what I've been like mulling over these past few like months and stuff. I've been talking to you about like, oh, I don't know this and this. And so I'm just coming to terms with the fact that it doesn't have to be messy. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be anything's untoward, because if I'm being honest, you're being honest, we can both have like a fun time. Sometimes you just want to flirty shit. You just want to, if it leads to sex, then that's fine. If it leads to just you knowing another person that explains some cool shit about their world, that's cool. But yeah, I'm missing out on intimacy, and I just want some sort of intimacy, but not like, let's just fuck. Cause I can't really get into it as much as I be wanting to be a hoe. I just can't do it. And so just to have that kind of rapport with somebody, build up that intimacy where we just kick it, and it could be, we can call it situationship, because I think people understand that more than me just saying I want to be in between a hookup and a relationship, and we have some sort of rapport with one another where we can just,
it sounds like
vibe.
dating.
Yeah,
dating
maybe that's what it
without
is.
like an expectation.
There's
or,
no,
yeah,
there's no intention
right,
other than just to like be a cool person to you,
right,
and you be a cool person to me. So yeah, that's my
right.
mess.
So you unattached.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I vibe with it. Fuck with it.
yeah. I knew you was gonna be shocked. That's why I didn't tell you before we was talking. Oh yeah,
No, but
this is
I'm
on Tinder.
excited for you. I'm
Thank
excited for
you.
you, and I think you'll find what you're looking for,
Yeah,
and I hope you find what you're looking for.
me too. I mean, and if not,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be. I'm not putting all my hopes and dreams into Tinder. It's just a step, I think. It's a step that I'm making personally because I know I've been so closed off to a lot of interactions with people. And this is just one step that I'm giving myself to say, okay, I'm open a little bit. I'm open a little bit. You're okay. You're open a little bit. Put your foot out there. See how you feel interacting with other human beings in this capacity with this intention. Because, like, now I have a lot of crushes. You know, I'll be telling you about my crushes, but most of them are stemmed from us having met under the pretenses of friendship, or like I'm in a group with them, or, it's not about us being, um, it's not we don't both come in and knowing this is going to happen. So I just think it would be interesting if we start out that way, like we're both intrigued by each other in this way. Let's see what transpires from there. So yeah, we'll see. It's fun though. I'm having a good time so far. I mean, it's been 2 days, so talk to me in a month and I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay. All right, you heard that. We're gonna have an update in a month. So
Tinder update in a month. But that is the mess. And that concludes that portion of the podcast. We are now going to delve into the episode, which if you'll remember, is episode 54. I'm only human, but I'll be your superwoman. What superpower are you bringing into 2022? So why this topic, Rita?
Memes.
Period.
Right. So, the IG meme about Black people getting superpowers in 2021 is circulating again. It's back in rotation.
Yeah.
So, I thought it was amusing. I thought it was amusing back then. I was silently hoping to wake up and, be enlightened or just have something. And, maybe I did. And it's just like an Easter egg hunt. I just haven't found it yet. So either way, I wanted to talk about it, and I think on a subconscious level, my higher self is searching for my own personal superpower.
That's beautiful.
That energy, that belief, that thing I need to launch or just at least just help me find my stride in life, So that's why I brought it up. I'm looking for like my hammer, my shield, my bonnet of salvation. Damn it.
Okay, bonnet of salvation. Period.
I don't want that damn bonnet. I don't want that damn bonnet.
Oh, you don't want to be saved?
There was no saving in that bonnet. Oh. You think she was saved? You think she was spared?
I don't know what we're talking about.
You don't know the dude with the wife? What's his name? I don't remember.
Oh, Derek Jackson.
I was gonna call him Demetrius. Yeah, Derek.
That's hilarious.
I knew it was a duh something.
A duh something. Yeah, duh is right. Well, this I was really glad that you mentioned this topic. I was very excited immediately, and I was already like, oh, I know what my superpower gonna be. And I already, I was already like chewing on it as soon as you said it. So I'm really glad to dive in. And so with that being said, why don't you tell the people what the agenda for the episode is?
Okay, the agenda as always is this dick.
This dick. Childish. You're childish.
You need help. And it stands for define, impact, and cope. People. So this episode, we're going to define what a superpower is, what it means to have one, which one we would want, which one we feel we already have. And then we'll discuss the impact of that superpower, why we want it, what we could do with it. And lastly, we talk about how we cope with our own superpower, how it gets us through life. Another thing to note, we make each section clearly known as we go throughout this thing. So you'll either hear Jess or myself say we're at the definition, we're at the cope, all that jazz. So feel free to stop, pause, think for yourself, jot things down if you're so inclined. We do this for us, but we also like to leave a little space for you to also process it for yourself. So if you're with it, if you vibe, follow along with us and just do what feels right for you.
Yeah, that was lovely. And so now we are to the definition. Okay. Yes. Okay. Stevie J. Birdman hands.
I can't do the rat face. I can't
Yeah,
do it.
that
You
used to
did it.
be- I
You
did
did it. You can do it.
I
That
can
must
do it.
mean something. If you can do the rat face. What does that
Oh,
mean?
I don't
You ain't
know.
shit, but I don't know.
Probably, because I.
Damn,
No, I'm just
I
playing.
can
I
see
am. See, now you're gonna make me fly to Baltimore.
I mean, you're on Tinder, so that's where the ain't shit people like.
Wow, that's a real gross generalization, Nina. Damn, everybody on Tinder ain't shit. You know what? Anyway, back to the definition. So y'all know I be over there on Google, and Google states that, or Google says that a superpower is a state with a dominant position characterized by its extensive ability to exert influence or project power on a global scale. And so then when I think of it personally, I think of something just out of the reach of humans. Like only an extraordinary human could have these abilities, right? So I started thinking about this, and I was like, for real, when you told me, I was like, well, I know what my answer is going to be. It's going to be something to do with manipulation of money or currency or something like that, right? Okay. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, yeah. But this week, as I was preparing to like do things, I had a couple conversations, and I changed. No, in real life with people that I know. And I have officially settled on the power to communicate effectively to whomever I am conversing. May my intentions never be misunderstood again.
Oh,
yeah.
That is really sweet.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think,
that space where my heart is supposed to be.
Not my heart space. I'm weak. You have issues. That girl said my heart space. Oh, wow. Yeah. So, yeah, I had to change it. And I was like, wow. Cause I'll get into it in the impact. But anyway, the other question that you asked was, do I think I possess a power already?
Yes.
And I think I do have a power already. I think I have the power of persuasion. I think I can articulate a reason that things should go the way that I see fit. A lot. Or I don't know, sometimes I feel like I have the power to create the atmosphere of peace. I don't know, I'm still debating on those two. Like I don't know, I feel like people feel at peace with me, and I feel like that is a power. And I also think I can persuade people to think differently of themselves or think differently of a situation. And it kind of goes into the peace, because I'm always trying to, for the most part, it's so funny because my mentor used to tell me, she's like, you see life with rose-colored glasses. And I'm like, that may be true. But I also want to share that with others and find the silver lining in, kind of situation. So I feel like those are my powers that I already have.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
And I find it interesting that you pretty much, you want to be like super clear. You're like, you don't ever want to be misunderstood. But then you feel like your personal superpower that you already possess is like persuasion.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're kind of like.
Exactly.
Connected. So I feel like that's really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
What about you?
So I'm gonna do my definition. I don't look up anything. I just look into my
use
mind.
That good old brain guy I gave you. That's the brain in there, not the brain space.
I don't know. Sometimes I be feeling like a brain space.
I know that's real.
Like, where did you go? It's just empty. But so for me, when I was thinking, okay, superpower, so I was thinking like Superman, even Harry Potter, it's having mythical or divine qualities that not everyone else has, right?
Oh, okay.
And so, something that can be unique to you, or you share that power with a very select few.
Okay.
It's having a power, a gift, and an advantage over the majority. So like for instance, Batman, right? He doesn't necessarily have superpowers, but he had super money.
Okay.
Super money, which allowed him to turn himself into a superhero, because he really don't have no special abilities. Like, honestly, he don't even be thinking right half the time. He just be getting mad and be like, make this shit so I can go kill these people.
Right.
And everybody was like, cool.
You rich, you white, you can do whatever you want.
You know, I also feel like it's like, how do you not know it's him? But anyway,
yeah, that's a whole nother situation.
It's kind of like if Jeff Bezos just decided to become a superhero.
Like, Jeff, we see you. But you're the only one who has the money for that.
I feel like at the same time, or Elon Musk would more likely be inclined to do it. I feel like he would do it. And I think we would just pretend like we don't know it's him, because what's the point? And like, even if we said that's Elon Musk, like, it doesn't really matter. He's going to do it anyway. So like you, I had first of all, it took me a really long time. When I really started thinking about this, I thought it was going to be easy. Yeah. But this was really hard. It was really hard. Yeah. So my first thing that I wanted, power that I wanted, was the power of influence. Ooh. You know, I'm thinking I want like Kim K level influencer power, you know? Right. And then I changed my mind. Okay. And then I said, you know, I want the power to see the future.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to tell you how this kind of came up. So I recently started playing chess, right?
Okay.
So one of the things that I learned was that it's not about how many pieces you can take from the other player. That's how I was playing at first. I'm
like checkers.
Yeah, I'm going to just wipe your whole board clean and then But I realized the real power is when you can anticipate, manipulate, and thus control how the king and other pieces move. Yeah. So that's why at first I was thinking influence. And then I was like, I don't know, that seemed like a slippery slope. Mm-hmm. And I was like, maybe if I could just see the future, like be a few steps ahead. Okay. Then that way it could kind of, I could just use my natural abilities to kind of talk to people, or I feel like I could kind of pick and choose when I want to jump in and like use that power. Right. You know? Okay. If I can control it. Like, is it going to be like, that's so Raven, I'm walking down the street and then boom, like the future pops up and I'm like in the middle of traffic or some shit? Like, or is it something where like I got like an app with like in my brain? I just be like, do, let me see the future real quick.
Not an app in your brain, bitch. You know? Okay.
Like, I just want to see like 3 days in the future. Don't give me no more, you know? Right. So I guess it depends on how it would manifest. Wouldn't it be crazy if we woke up in 2022 with these powers? Shit.
That'd be amazing. I would love that.
Oh man, I don't know. So now for my real life superpower, I feel like I have the power of like de-escalation or disarming people. Okay. I feel like I have a way of diffusing situations, whether it's just through laughter or being really calm.
Okay, that is a superpower. That's amazing.
Thanks. It's something I'm
sure that comes in handy. Yeah.
I think I really realized I had it in my CPS days, because and that's Child Protective Services, if people aren't familiar with the acronym, and if you aren't good for you, right? But like I would show up and people would be irate, and I would just be like,
let's calm this down.
Like,
can we skip to the good part?
Right. I'm like, I just want to hear your side of the story. I'm not accusing you. I'm just saying an allegation is made. I'm able to like, I'm not one of those people where if somebody's mad at me, I immediately cop an attitude and return that energy. Like my default is to like, be like, okay, let's simmer down.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
not take that down a couple notches.
Right. Yeah. So
that's a beautiful power. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, those are our powers that we want and those that we have already. And now we're going to talk about the impact of the presumed or the wished power. What impact would that have?
Okay. Right? Yeah.
Okay, so I think the impact of being able to effectively communicate with anyone I converse with is that there would be no hurt feelings or misunderstandings, and the world itself, or at least my world, would run a lot smoother. I was presented with a incident that happened, and in my mind, and this is from years ago, in my mind, it went well. Everything that I said was taken and people were able to do. I was a moderator in a situation and I was able to moderate smoothly and everybody felt their feelings and we were able to talk about it and blah, blah, blah. And so then recently I was presented with the understanding that I did not moderate properly. That someone felt very hurt by how I moderated this situation. Someone has been offended for several years about how I handled that situation. And I was shook, to say the least.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very shocking. And I think, to be able to effectively communicate the things that are in your head is a power. To be able to get someone to hear you and understand you and for them to resonate with the things that are happening in your head. And once you speak the words or say the things or feel the feelings or use your face or whatever, because we communicate in so many different ways. We use our words. There's the silent communicators, our body language, all these kind of things. So to be able to utilize all of that in a way that is effective so that the other person is understanding of your intention would leave a lot of hurt feelings off the table, and I would just really enjoy that because this isn't the first time that my articulation of things has been seen as hurtful. I'll put it on the Virgo's nature to be very truthful and very honest. This is what I see. Don't ask me shit if you want me to tell you. If you want me to tell you the sky is purple, don't ask me because it's not. I see blue and so does all the rest of us. And if you see purple, that's you. And if you want to see purple, cool, but that's not what it is, And so it's very blunt a lot of times. And I have worked a lot of years to still be myself because I don't want to sugarcoat or lie or be this person where you don't feel like you're going to get the truth of it. But I also don't want to hurt feelings. That's not why I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth so you can fix it. Essentially, I'm telling you the truth because you asked me, and why ask someone if you don't want the truth? That's my feelings of it. And so there have been a number of years where people's feelings have been hurt by my blunt relation of the truth or the truth as I see it. And so I worked on that. And so to hear that was very wow, okay, wow. It was just a lot and I'm still processing it. But yeah, that definitely made me change what I wanted as a superpower because I was like, that should have never gone that way. It should have never been seen that way because that's not how I felt. That's not how I was handling the situation. I thought I was handling with grace and I thought I was handling with, listen to both parties. I thought that I was very much neutral party and able to hear both comments and both, perspectives and to relay that information to each person. And that just wasn't how it came out to one of the people in the situation. And so, yeah. That is the impact, is that I would not have to deal with this shit. No, I'm just playing. It's just that I wouldn't be hurting feelings if that's not my intention. I wouldn't be, things would just never go astray because of misinterpretation. What?
Possibly. I mean, first I have to say that's a very noble superpower, but I just wonder though, because sometimes the misunderstanding isn't necessarily of what you said. It's more of how they received it.
And that would be my power, to communicate how they're receiving what I'm saying.
So their emotions and their feelings to what you're saying.
Yes, because just because I say hey, that shirt looks like orange or whatever. I don't want you to see if you're feeling a way about me or about the color orange or whatever. I just don't want you to hear offense because I don't know. I don't know.
Want everybody to be good with what you said.
No. I want, if what I said was not meant in offense, it to not be taken in offense. I be meaning shit in offense sometimes.
So I want that to
your
heart.
I want people to know my heart and my intention. I want you to know that I don't mean offense. And I think that's a lot of times what it is. I want you to know that I didn't mean offense. I'm not coming at this to aggress you. I'm not coming at this to put you down. I'm not saying these things to belittle you. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just simply relating what I understand from my brain to my mouth to your ears. This is how it's calculated in my head. And for you to hear that and receive that with the intent that I have put it out there. Because there are times that I mean that shit. And I want you to hear that I mean that shit. And in those moments, I want you to hear that too. But for the most part, it's when I don't want what I'm saying to be taken with offense, because that's not how I mean it, or that's not how I intended it. Like, I don't know. That's
for whoever's feelings you hurt, you must got mad love for this individual or these individuals, because you literally gave up. Like, we're in line, going up to the sorting hat to pick our superpowers. Yeah. And you literally said, I just want to communicate better. Like, I just want to be great at communicating. I just want people to know my heart. Like, you didn't ask for money. You didn't ask for flight.
Effectively communicate. Imagine that I could flight. That one is one that I always wanted. So yeah, that was a tough one to give up. So
hey, you just said, I just want people to know my heart.
I do.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I applaud you for that.
She said, "Couldn't be me." Okay. I heard the undertone.
I mean, right now, I think it's working already, because I clearly know your heart. I see it clearly. You just want people to feel the love you have for them.
Yeah, that's
so
really what it is.
Superpower right there.
Yeah.
Man.
What about you? What's the impact for you of being able to see the future?
Lord. Man, the more I thought about this after I said, you know what, I'm just going to pick this one. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly I want the superpower. Like, if I could see the future, I would avoid shit. That's what I would use it for.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would just actively avoid everything.
Okay.
I'd wake up and be like, what's the weather like? Oh shit, I'm not going out. Like,
yeah.
I would probably be like, okay, like, hey, tell me how this company's gonna fare in the stock market. I would probably invest in all of the new Amazons, Netflix, and Microsofts of the world.
Right.
I would just literally just avoid all life's landmines.
Oh wow.
And then the more I thought about it, I was like, so you're just gonna avoid everything.
Yeah.
I feel like low key, I'm like asking for anxiety.
Oh wow, because you already know. Yeah.
Because I'm just gonna be like, okay, what the fuck's popping off today? Like,
it's
just. But then at the same time, I feel like it could potentially take like the mystery out of life.
And you would like that.
And I don't know if I would like that.
Okay.
I feel like I would be kind of bored.
Yes.
Like if like just imagine
you do everything.
Right. Just imagine, like, say for instance, I went on Tinder, right? And I met somebody. I'm like, brain, tell me how this gonna work out. Like
whack, don't start.
Or then I just played the whole thing out. I was like, oh wow, that was lovely. But I'm like, I don't really feel like going through it because I just saw how it was gonna work out. Like,
that's hilarious, right? You already got the endorphins from it.
Right. It's like, that was cool. Man, that was a great 3 months.
And you never even swipe.
Right.
Right.
So, the more I think about superpowers, okay, if I just could see the future by itself, that's another thing too. I'm like, it's just one of these things that I'm going to broadcast to people, or am I just going to keep it to myself?
I hope you keep it to yourself, because they're going to be harassing your ass.
Exactly. Just imagine people like, hey, yo, can you tell us how this war is going to work out? I'm like, bruh.
Everybody's going to die.
Right. And then they're going to get mad at me. And I'm like, look, I don't create the future. I could just see it. And I think that's what I would want. Not only to just see it, I would want to influence it.
You want to be God.
Oh, is that what I'm asking for?
Wow.
Is that what I'm asking for?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
But then it also sounds like a lot of responsibility.
It does.
I just feel like everybody be like, hey, the well has run dry, let it rain. And I'm like, man, flood all you niggas now. But
wow, sounds really like God.
Right.
Interesting.
Right. Now I see why he did it, you know.
Wow.
I'm just
Oh my God. Wow, Rena.
oh man. So can I just change my superpower? Like I just
No.
right.
I'm just playing. You can change it. You can do whatever you want.
Right. I just change it to the power of not worrying. I just don't want to worry about shit.
Ooh, that's
Like,
a good one.
Right. Like my original thought was I want to pick something that I could like sustain myself on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'm like, what's gonna make me money, make me happy, keep me safe? That's literally what I was thinking. Like I was really stable. I want like a really stable, well thought out superpower.
Dang,
And
that
now
took
I'm
the
just
fun
like,
right out of it.
right, took the fun out of life when I thought about it. To be able to see everything that's coming, it's just gonna make me freak out because I would only be able to see it. I wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
Right.
So it's like, oh, there's a war coming, and I'm stuck on this earth with these niggas warring.
Right.
Like, and then I try to march up to the White House, and then of course they're gonna try to shoot me down because like, what the fuck you doing here? I'm like, I'm trying to tell y'all there's a war coming. They're like, we know, we doing
You
it.
started it.
I was just like, can y'all not? I'm trying to live.
Right. That's
I
hilarious.
feel like I would be so disgruntled. I would be so mad and disappointed.
Yeah. Just knowing shit and not being able to change it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but then I don't want to influence it either.
Because of the responsibility.
Right, because then they'll be hitting me up to like, hey, you know, so we're going to start this war. You know, I was just wondering if you could just like, you know, put in a call to the powers that be, you know, and kill everybody, you know, just, you know, and I'm just like, I don't really feel like doing that, you know, or.
But you could also like end world hunger. Could probably end a lot of things. You know what I mean? If you think about it that way, if you had the power to change it, you could probably change it for the better if you wanted. But if you, like God, get fed up with niggas, you could also kill us all. You know?
Right.
Look at you get power.
That seems like a lot of power. So I just rather just check out and not worry about anything. I just want like the superpower of just being blissful. Just bliss.
But they say, ignorance is bliss.
Right. Just like everything's fine. It's like, oh, you're on fire. Everything's fine. I don't feel a thing. Like your life is horrible. It's great. What are you talking about?
You with the power of delusion. I got it. Wow. From one crazy ass power to another. Hell no. I would be on fire, not feel it. What?
I told you this was hard.
Yeah, I see. I believe you now.
So, okay. So for you, do you think there's a downside? Like I told you the downside to the superpowers I picked. Do you think there's a downside to your superpower?
You know, I try to be as honest as possible. But there are days that I don't want to hurt people's feelings. So they're
gonna know your heart.
Yeah. I think that would be the downside.
You're lying to me.
They're gonna be like, wow, you really want me to shut the fuck up? I do. I really want you to leave me the fuck alone. I just don't want to be mean and I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I really wish you would just not speak to me. You can never speak to me again and I would be okay. Like, I don't want it, because sometimes the feelings of my heart, I'm working on them. I'm working on, is that who I want to be? You know what I'm saying? I'm working on, is that a good feeling? Is that a right feeling? You know what I'm saying? And so because of that, I think the downside could be like the truest feelings of my heart that I haven't even like been able to like tap into. People could just hear that.
Like you can't even lie to yourself.
I can't lie. I can't lie to them. I can't lie to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that would be, you know, I guess the downside. But on the plus, it would keep me honest. So.
And they were like, you really feel that way about me? You're like,
yes.
Yeah, I guess.
I can't lie.
I do. Yeah, right. I really do just want you to just walk out that door and just never come back.
Never.
Ever.
And it's not even that I don't want you to come back. It's more like, I don't care whether you do or you don't.
Damn, that's even worse.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, that's fucked up. I know how that sounds. And I know that would be very hurtful to some people. But that is sometimes how I be feeling.
So you're just feelings, your true authentic feelings on display. You
On
are
display.
volunteering for this.
Yeah, so that would be difficult, but I guess it would. The reason why I don't mind for real is because I like for real do try to be as honest as possible. So it would help me. It would be a little tricky to sit in that because people don't know the full feelings that you have. But yeah, I don't know. I think, over time I'll probably be able to understand my powers better and shut that part off. So I would just be able to, because when you first get your powers, like Spider-Man, he didn't know how to work his webs. Then he was like shooting all over the place. So I think that's how it worked. I think, probably initially it would be like really bad because people would be really feeling when I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm good. They would really feel like, okay, that's enough conversation for today from you. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
So I think that would be the only like downside that I could think of right now.
Okay. Do you think your personality would change?
Ooh. No.
Like, do you think you don't think that superpower would do anything
to change me? It might make me kinder. So yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think it would make me more kind because I am a genuine human being. I think people think I'm really nice. And that's because you know me, but I'm saying like when people like are getting to know me or they first, like I've had a lot of people say, oh, I thought you were really innocent. And I'm like, it's just my face.
No, who lied to you? I mean, you do. You're there. Yeah. Yeah,
it's the face and like the demeanor, I'm short. And, it's just like, oh my God, it's so cute. And I'm like, okay, cool.
It's so cute.
But they see me like a little, Pomeranian cherub? Or something, like a cherub or
not a Pomeranian.
Like a little cute, like, and then I come out and I'm like a whole
like a chipmunk.
Okay, no, you're going too far. See, hell no. But I'm just saying, I think people see me as like this really whatever, because I put effort into being a kind human being. I put effort into being joyous. I put effort into all these things for myself. So yes, that is the majority of like who I am. But I think there are some things that I work through that are like not nice, not kind, very mean, kind of cruel. And I think that's humanity. I think that's normal. I think that's, and it's something I'm working through. But I do think with me having to put that out there and people hearing or feeling the full brunt of my feelings or what my heart feels, I think it would make me kinder because then I would have to be accountable to that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. What about you?
I think it would probably cause me to like become a recluse.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Right. And then you changed it. Yikes. Oh my God. Oh wow.
Because I said if I were to have the power of influence, I was afraid.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
I was afraid that if I kept that one, then I wouldn't know the truth anymore.
Okay.
Like because I would be able to influence people and and have them be whatever I want them to be or do whatever I want them to do. Yeah. And what if I'm influencing something that isn't in my best interest? Like what if I become so arrogant? Because when you can influence people, people flock to you, and
that's true.
And if you're surrounded by a whole bunch of yes people, especially if you influence them to always say yes, then you don't know no anymore.
Exactly.
And
you don't know the realness.
Right. And no is good. It's part of balance.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh, I can't. I'm going to mess me up with this one. So I said, let me just see the future. But then I didn't ask to control the future because for the same reason, influence.
Yeah.
But then to just know it and not be able to do anything about it, like, okay, that I don't want that superpower anymore.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
The impact is I would probably spend all my days trying to get rid of it.
I hear you.
So that leads me to my last question.
Okay.
Which is, what would the world look like if everybody had a superpower?
It would look like the world we live in now.
Exactly. It'd be nothing special.
It would be, I mean,
except for that one person who doesn't have a superpower and then they're like exotic.
That would be sad.
It's like, you're so regular.
You're so normal. Look at the normie. It's a normie.
Wow.
So, okay, that's really interesting. And I'm actually going to touch on what the world. I think I'm going to touch on that in the recap because that's really interesting. What would the world look like if we all had a superpower? Anyway, before we get there, yes.
Now I was just going to add to that. Like if everybody had a superpower, yeah, it would look like the way it does now, and then there would be like a hierarchy based on the superpower you have.
Like your superpower is like something lame.
Like what would be a lame superpower?
Probably mine. I mean, because it's like, that doesn't really benefit anybody. I mean, like I know.
You're honest. You're honest. I think
I'm already halfway there.
Right. I feel like you have it already.
Yeah, like I mean, that ain't really helping nobody. That can't really give me it can't really give me anything unless I like really honed it and like I don't know. Yeah, so probably shit to do with like
if they need somebody to give instruction like very clearly. Hey, who's that girl who can communicate effectively?
I mean, honestly, I do think communicating is a superpower, and I think it would be up there, especially with my already dope ass powers of persuasion, and then communicating that what I want from you, what I need from you, that included. I mean, it's a recipe for
dictator vibes.
It's a recipe for a villainship. Villainship.
Okay. I could see you being a villain. I could see you being like disgruntled by the fact that your superpower is effective communication, and then using your natural powers of persuasion to persuade people to.
Yeah, I could be a villain in real life.
I could see you being a villain.
I don't want to though.
I don't mean that as like a bad thing, but I could definitely see that. I feel like we. Just as much as like the nice like Mrs. Claus thing works for you.
Not like, Mrs. Claus, bitch. Okay.
It's Christmas. I mean,
it is.
I could definitely see super villain because it's very unsuspecting. Like people are like, but she was so nice and we know her heart. And like, she hid the other part of her heart, which was to kill you all.
To murder you.
Right.
That's hilarious.
Like, I definitely could see you playing a super villain.
Well, let me definitely see what auditions I can do. I would love that. I actually have a script, or it's more like a book about a very unsuspecting like assassin. She looks like me. They're just so caught off guard by it because I'm so pleasant.
Like
anyway,
you killed me?
You killed my father, and I'm here to kill you. Anyway, so we are. Yeah, I win. You win. Kill me.
Shit.
And I'd be like, you're already dead.
Hey,
the poison that I gave you 2 weeks ago when we shook hands.
2 weeks.
Yeah, bitch. I'm meticulous too.
Somebody.
Right.
You just be like, oh,
exactly. Got him. Anyway, so how do we cope with all this? I think. What you laughing at?
How do we cope with all?
How do we cope? I think for me, I practice sitting in being misunderstood.
So not needing your damn superpower. That's how you cope, but not needing it?
I don't have it. So there will be miscommunication. I don't try to immediately clear up a situation and really try to understand other people's point of view. I think it's really hard, especially when you know where you're coming from. And so, basically I cope by giving myself grace to be wrong and the patience while I learn how to navigate a world where I'm possibly the villain in someone else's story. So I'm doing a lot of forgiving and a lot of listening and essentially just grace and ease. Yeah, that's how I'm coping.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I pretty much, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I pretty much said I cope by realizing damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
There's always going to be something. So I'm just working on coping with whatever comes. It may sound a bit dark, but I feel like acceptance can take you a long way, especially with grace and ease. Those are our favorite words. So,
it is.
And I feel like, I was trying to pick a superpower that would help me avoid things, that would like help make life easier for me. But it just seems like there's going to be a challenge no matter what. Even if I have a superpower that affords me ultimate convenience, then my challenge would be not being inconvenienced and be like, oh, everything's so easy, everything's so boring. And then I would go on this search to find a challenge, you know, because I've removed all challenges. So, you know, I'm starting to think challenges are by design. You know, life is really a game. So I'm just trying to keep my emotions level and just play the damn game. You know, it's either I play the game or get off the field or get kicked in the face if I'm on the field and I don't want to play. So, you know, so you choose to be active, or you could just sit there and get beat up by life, or you can just check out. So, I think I cope by staying in the game.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Is there anything else before we do a recap?
Let's see if I have any other questions.
Okay.
No. Oh, I think I kind of already asked this.
Okay.
What's an ordinary skill like that when someone is really good at it, it seems like it's a superpower?
Being happy.
Damn. That's dark. Damn, I was not expecting that.
It's true.
Damn. Being happy is a superpower.
It is.
And I was just going to say to remember things.
That's also a superpower.
Yeah, because I don't remember shit.
But you could.
Or I could just be happy. You know, it wouldn't even matter.
You could be both. So
I don't want to remember anything. I just want to be happy.
I'm weak.
Damn, no. Cancel that, because that sounds like Alzheimer's. Cancel that universe. Cancel it. I know what I was saying.
Oh, weak.
And what another thing is, it's not a question, it's just a statement. It's just interesting that, like, because I had a question here, like, I was going to have us ask, like, what do you think my superpower would be? And, you know, I would tell you what I would think your superpower would be. But you pretty much said what I thought your superpower would be.
Did I? Did I?
Like, I mean, that's what I thought. You know, whatever you said that, like, that you have this ability to kind of put people at ease. I'm like, yeah, that's your superpower. Like, you know, people come around you and then they all feel like free to like be themselves and they're relaxed and shit. So yeah, just wanted to say that. I'm like, okay, I think you really do have something going with that.
Oh, thanks.
But then now I'm starting to think you're a super villain. So I don't know anymore.
It's all a choice. It's all a series of choices. And I think that with everything, I could continue to choose to be, I don't know that I'm a hero, but we always say hero villain type of thing. I could continue to choose. I mean, you know, like there's usually like the hero or the villain. It's never like villain and then lay people. But I think I will continue to choose to not be a villain. With the choices that I make. Yeah.
You have this way of disarming people, you know, ignoring the man, they get all relaxed for the kill. So it's good that you choose not to kill. I
do choose not to kill. I don't want to do that. That sounded so menacing. I don't want to do that. But no, I think the recap, and it's been really fun to listen to both of our desires for superpowers. My desire is something that is a real life attainable thing. Maybe not to the extreme that I wanted, but that is attainable for me to figure out how to communicate effectively with the people that I love so that my heart is given to them and they are able to hear me and understand me. That is realistic. And so is your power of seeing the future. Every day of doing something that's a habit, you can see the future in that. If I eat well every day and I drink my water, I can see that my bones and my body will probably act right. I can see that if I invest now until I'm 65, in the future, I will have all of these coins or whatever. So it's so funny to me. And I was just thinking it as we were saying, you're just like, what if the world has superpowers? And it's like, we do. We just have to tap into them and recognize that we have the ability to have them. I have the ability to communicate effectively where people can hear and see my heart. You have the power to see the future by doing everyday habits that will look like this in the future. You have the power. We all have the power. It's amazing. And as we were talking about it, it came to me and I was like, that is beautiful.
It really is. Because I was about to say, I don't want no damn superpowers. They sound stressful. But you know what? I will keep it.
Yeah.
So if I do what I need to do, if I do things in the present, then
you can predict the future. You see the future.
I can control the future.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
It's just using that persuasion, that communication right now.
I'm trying. Listen, I'm trying.
Maybe that 2021 power just activated.
Power's activated. Yeah. Maybe
it's a little late. Guess it's running on color people time.
I'm weak. But no, yeah, I think it's as we were talking, I'm like, all of this is doable. I can even fly
in a plane, like Spirit.
Exactly. That's what I just did. I flew home on Spirit. I mean, or wherever, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's so many things that we have that we feel like are unattainable, but they are. A little effort, a little energy, a little consistency, and you've got the power that you ask for. You want peace. You wish you lived in a peaceful place. Give yourself peace. You wish you lived in a beautiful place. Give yourself beauty. You wish you had money. Give yourself money. Like, there is all of these things. They're doable. We all have superpowers. We just got to tap in.
That's absolutely right.
Tap in. Yeah.
I can't.
Oh my goodness.
That is 100% right. And that's amazing. And you really do a great job with these recaps.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, got something. This communication thing. You really do.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's wrapping up the episode, but do you have any shout outs this week?
I do not.
Okay. Well, I just want to shout out the folks that have been fucking with us since the inception of this lovely podcast, which is nearing 2 years. This is about to be 2 years worth of beauty, laughter, fun, sadness, heartache, all the stuff, moving through life. And just, I want to say shout out to us for keeping it up. I'm grateful for this podcast. I'm grateful for you being here and being a sounding board throughout all these episodes. And just, I love it. And I wish for us to have a beautiful, successful future in this. And yeah, that's my shout out for this episode. And now we're to my favorite part. Yeah?
Yes.
All right. If you are new, this is my favorite part. It is the meditation. What we do is take a couple deep breaths. We set an intention, take another couple breaths, and then I let you go about your day. So what I want you to do for me is to take a big, deep breath. We'll take a second deep breath. And take one more deep breath. All right, and now we'll set an intention. I intend to foster the superpowers that I want, to figure out ways to manifest that into this reality.
Wow. I think I'm still just kind of floored by the recap. So, okay, it is my intention. I've never frozen at this.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, it's my intention to go within and to acknowledge my superpower, to acknowledge and to value my superpower. Because it's not that it's not there, it's that I don't see it, or I don't uphold its worth. So that's what I want to work on. That's my intention.
I love that.
The value in my superpower.
I love that. All right, we're gonna take a last set of breaths. So take another big deep breath with me. We'll take a second deep breath. We'll take our last deep breath. All right, your intentions have been set for the day. Go out there and flourish, sis. Today doesn't have to be a mess.
But it's okay if it is.
Show Liz, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in again. We really appreciate you guys fucking with us, keep supporting us, liking, sharing, commenting, tagging us in things. We love it. We appreciate it. If you have any topic ideas that you would like us to discuss, email us at itsamesssispodcast@gmail.com. If you would like to be featured on the show, that same email would work for that as well. Holler at us, fuck with us. We'd love to hear from y'all. We'll talk to y'all. Is that all that we have this episode?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, we're going to catch y'all on the flip side. Peace. It's a mess.
Hey, that's why I can't sing.
It's okay. He's going to talk over my singing though. Okay, it's ready now.